Good morning, guys. It's another brand new day. I just wanted to come touch base and check in with you this morning. Just finished having some breakfast, making a few phone calls, getting some things going so that I could start my day properly. I hope you are doing the same or your day is already off to a fabulous start. I wanted to hop on really quickly and just talk about some things that have been really occurring to me recently. Especially as we move into this new month and the upcoming holidays and everything. And I wanted to kind of tell you where I'm at in the hopes that if you're kind of going through something similar, maybe this message will hit you. Valentine's Day was always a rough one for me, even when I was in relationships, because I felt such pressure associated with making sure that I did the right thing for the person that I was dating or that I was married to, and fulfilling those expectations. This year I find myself in a more unique situation because I am intentionally single moving into Valentine's Day this year, which was never really a comfortable place for me before. I've always been a relationship guy. I felt better if I had someone to snuggle with at the end of the night, and that's not to take things to a sexual perspective. It was just more about the companionship and having that person that you could hug and fall asleep next to. That's something that I always craved in my life. And sometimes I compromised my happiness or personal boundaries for the sake of having that companionship, having that camaraderie. I wasn't as comfortable with just being alone. And since going through this experience and realizing that my perspectives and my point of view on things had kind of fundamentally shifted, I approached this year and this month specifically because my being single is still a relatively new thing. And I could have really gone to the negative side of things of the, oh, woe is me, I'm alone on Valentine's Day. No one's going to give me a Valentine's Day gift, or I'm not going to get a card this year. But I'm honestly choosing to approach it very differently than I would have in the past. And I'm going to try and experiment this year. And I challenge you, if you are single or if you have not been satisfied with yourself, like either how you approach life or what you see when you look in the mirror, or whatever limitations or self-imposed obstacles you've placed in your path, I want you during this season and these next week and a half leading up to Valentine's Day to rise to the challenge of treating yourself the way that you would treat someone that you loved, okay? And what I mean by that is it's very easy, at least for me, to be giving and to be someone that will try and go out of my way to accommodate someone else's needs or wants. I like to make people happy. I like to make people smile. I like to make people feel good because part of how I used to view my self-worth and my value was I didn't feel as if I was worthy to have a seat at the table of your life if I wasn't bringing something to the table. So if I couldn't do something to improve your life or to give you something or anything like that, I didn't feel as if I was worthy to be part of other people's circles. And now coming out of this experience and this paradigm shift that I've had, I realize that that's what I bring to the table. I don't have to go above and beyond just being myself, because this person inside of this skin, he has inherent value and he has inherent wisdom and he has inherent experiences that are unique to him that he can bring to the table, and that has value and that has worth. So I've started to approach treating myself the way that I treat other people that I love. And so on Valentine's Day, I mean, if within the next 11 days, some wonderful, woman decides that she wants to go out to dinner with me, wonderful, great, and I will welcome that opportunity. But if not, sometime between now and February 15th, I plan on taking myself out on a date, okay? I am going to take myself out, and I don't know if I'm going to go to dinner or I'm going to go see a movie or if I'm going to go for a walk in the park and pack a little picnic lunch, but I'm going to do something to just love up on myself a little bit. And I challenge you to do the same, okay? It doesn't have to be this grand gesture. You don't have to go out and buy yourself a dozen roses and a box of chocolate. I mean, if you want to do that and you have the means financially to, by all means, knock yourself out, you know? But for me, especially with the expenditures that I've had recently, with my travel expenses and the like, I'm on a shoestring budget, guys. So it may just be me going to Brecknock Park with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bottle of water and sitting out in the sunshine, spreading out a blanket on the grass, watching the clouds for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or however long I decide to devote to this thing. But I'm gonna do that because I know that if I was taking a young lady out on a date and I didn't have a ton of money, that's something that I could do to make a special afternoon and to have a good impression. So why not do that for yourself, okay? Treat yourself as if you're someone you loved. Because you should. Because you deserve it. Because if you don't take care of you, sometimes no one else will. So keep that in mind and be kind to yourself. Remember that you're in control of that negative thought cycle that at least spins in my head almost 24/7. And I've used music to block out those noises. So when those negative thoughts start occurring to me, now because I'm a music guy, I think about it as like the static in between radio stations, right? For those of you who were born, after the year 2000, we used to have these knobs that you would have to turn. We didn't have just like a button and presets for our radio stations. We had to actually crank a knob to turn it. And in between all of those wonderful songs that the DJs were playing just for our ears, we would hear like white noise machine, but not nearly as soothing. So when you get those negative thoughts, think about it that way, okay? Those are just the static in between your radio stations. And if you don't like what you're hearing when that static is coming through your speakers, turn the knob. Find the next radio station that's going to be playing the song that you need to hear right then and there. Because you're in control of that. You're the one steering the ship, you're the one behind the wheel of your vehicle, and you're also the co-pilot who's in charge of the soundtrack for your road trip. So, yeah, if you get stuck with those negative thoughts in your head, it's just static between the stations, and take a little bit of time. Love up on yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat someone you loved. Because even if you don't see it when you look in the mirror, I guarantee you that there are so many people around you who you are not even aware of that value you, that think you're awesome, that think you're a rock star, that think that the sun rises and sets on your experience and your wisdom and your unique perspective on the world. You have fans out there that you do not know, and they are just waiting to show you how much they care, okay? And if you think that I'm lying, I can tell you right now, even if we've never met, I'm one of them. I'm one of your fans. And if I had the surface area, whoever you are, just like my kids when they were little, I'd put your picture up on my fridge, okay? Because I think that you are wonderful and amazing, and you have inherent value, and you have gifts to share with the world. And I can't wait to see what you're gonna do, because I know you're capable of such great things. So remember, guys, even if your day didn't start off great, at any given moment, you can make the choice to turn it around, okay? So don't make today a good day. Make it a great one. I'll catch you on the next one.